Hey, fellow Vault Dwellers! Happy weekend, everyone! It's Friday again! And welcome in the chat, Exit 57, Dan Pass. Did you change your name, Daniel? It's the same icon that Daniel had, but now it's Dan Pass. Don Visrick, Cube Twitch, Rascal, Aliful, RHPS, Jules, That Dude Da Vinci, Erin Fake Kick, and Fresh Gaming. Hello there, everyone, and Jules with a special member message is saying, "Hi, everyone. I remembered it's Friday." Yeah, that's correct. It is Friday. It is a weekend starting today. Hello, everyone. And yes, we are getting slowly but surely closer to the December. Next season of Fallout TV show and Ohio update for Fallout 76. It's all coming. I don't know if there is going to be any patch today for public test server, because there was no announcement from Bethesda as of yet about any patches for today. So maybe no, maybe still will be one. We do not know. There was no announcement officially. So before we chat more, let's maybe start from Ask the Turtle questions on the Discord. Let's do that first. There's a bunch of questions. I probably should be always doing that first so I don't forget. Okay, let's go there. Here we go. First question. Do you think Bethesda could ever add a DPM target, I think DPS, or maybe in wherever place you are from, it's damage per minute, but normally in gaming we say damage per second. One and the same thing, to be honest. Damage would be a little bit different, but the same indicator, so I got it. I've wanted one for years now to be able to test my DPS without ever leaving my vault. Would be very handy. Yeah, that would be very handy. I would like that too. They have target dummies for combat testing in Elder Scrolls Online, and that belongs to Bethesda as well. So I do not know why is it so difficult. What's really the problem that we cannot have a target dummy in Fallout 76? Like, they have a set of different target dummies in Elder Scrolls, so you can test everything. Basically, what that is, it's a fake enemy that you place in your camp and you can kill it, and then you can check the stats on it, how much damage you did, how fast, and what were the damage sources, and so on. Very handy. And then when you destroy it, you can fix it and do it all over again. We don't have anything like that in Fallout, and that would be a great idea. I always wanted one too. Next. Hey Turtle, I have a fun Enclave Flamer build I don't believe you tried yet. Would you like to send you the weapon and perk card pics with brief explanation of what it does? This is a real gas. It could have attached, I think, pictures even here. You can DM me pictures too, but you should be able to attach pictures here. There is a plus sign that allowed to attach pictures. So the screenshot of your build, you should be able, like if you have a problem with the build and want me to take a look, you can absolutely put it in Ask the Turtle and attach screenshot. Like if we are talking about the build, what would be the important screenshots? Of course, perk cards, legendary perks, your mutations, your stat page, and what weapon armor you are using. So weapon page, armor page. Those are the important parts if you want build help. Hello, Angry Turtle. I was wondering if you had a build that would help to solo the snake. I imagine it has to be different than what we are using for EN06 and would love your advice. The information you gave me for EN06 works wonderfully. So for the snake, the best approach is a VATS heavy gunner because you need to aim for eye and you need to have good DPS, maintain the VATS. You could use the build, maybe do a tiny modifications that I'm using for entire raid. I have raid runner build, so that would be the most appropriate to go after a snake. And then you use Gauss minigun for that. Stealth is disabled on Snake, so no stealth options, no stealth perks needed at all. So just go tank approach and VATS. Tank and VATS. And go for the eye. Next. Hey Turtle. Now that we've had Bullet Storm for a while, what are your thoughts on its damage output and usefulness in multiple situations versus Onslaught for commando builds? Ghoul in my case. It's similar help with damage. To be honest, that both mechanics offer about the same output overall at the end, with Onslaught being slightly stronger when you can use everything that comes with it. The thing about Bulletstorm, the use case, it's much wider than some people think, and you can even connect Bulletstorm with Onslaught when you have some specific weapons like Gauss minigun, and then when you have both, that's the real powerhouse. Next. Given that you have to put more points in strength versus other commando typical categories like perception, agility, etc. Yeah, you need points everywhere now. Bethesda did a good job reworking pair cards, a lot of them that I will not agree with every single pair card, but let's be honest, overall they did a really good job reworking pair cards. So there's lots and lots of pair cards that are really powerful and worth using. Therefore, whatever you are after, you need to make choices. You cannot just take everything that's good. It's currently not possible. You cannot fit everything that's good in your build. It was like that in the past, which in my opinion was not good. Like running everything that's good on your build just because every good part needs to be included takes away any type of choices, and I like choices. Next, having to have your weapon like Elder's Mark be quad instead of furious. Yeah, in case of Elder's Mark, that's true. You need to go for quad for that. And I prefer quad Elder's Mark in this scenario. Having the ramp-up time be fairly long compared to Furious Onslaught, not exactly. This point, there's nuance to it. From one hand, yes, but from other hand, after you ramp up Bulletstorm, it stays. So you only ramp up it once. For Furious, every time you start firing, the stacks go up all over again. They drop really quickly, and you need to regain them. With Onslaught, it's not a problem. Onslaught, you just have. And even with Reload, you're only losing half of the stacks of Onslaught. And soon after, you have them back. And even half of the Onslaught, not Onslaught, half of the Bulletstorm stacks is already 90% damage increase. Onslaught still feels stronger to me, it's definitely more convenient in most cases, but I haven't done extensive testing on the damage. Maybe Bulletstorm still wins in case like the air fight. What do you think? So Bulletstorm, it doesn't win by itself. As you notice, Onslaught will provide more damage. But in scenario like you gave here with Elder's Mark, additional bonus of going quad, you reload less, and reload takes a while, and you fire those bullets real fast. So you're increasing DPS in two ways. First, adding quad reduces amount of reloads, so you are able to unload more ammo, therefore your DPS is going up. And then Onslaught, not Onslaught, Bulletstorm itself is adding damage to it, which is nice. If you go with Furious, and then like Furious and Onslaught, yes, the damage per bullet will be higher, but you reload more, downtime is longer, and overall DPS will be slightly lower. There's not much of a difference, but slightly lower with Furious Elder's Mark versus Quad Elder's Mark and Bulletstorm. That's the DPS discussion here. I think I'm talking even too much about it, but yeah, that's the case scenario. Hopefully that helps. And lastly, hey Turtle, I heard from a streamer that pinpointers is better than pyromaniacs on a holy fire. Also, he mentioned that polish is better on the cremator than pyromaniacs because it affects the dot. What's your honest opinion? Thanks. Pyromaniac's supposed to affect the dots too, and last time I was testing it, it was. So it should be okay for the dot, even though it doesn't display it, it should work. I didn't test on the most recent patch. Last time I did test, it was working. I cannot tell 100% if it's working as of today. It's supposed to, though. About pinpointers, the power of pinpointers comes from the fact that we are hitting a weak spot and it's a multiplier. So that's why it's stronger than anything else. But Pyromaniac is not a bad effect, as when you use it, you don't need to hit a weak spot. And it's not always easy, especially if you are not a VATS build. So I would say if you are not a VATS build, which means you will not have 100% weak spot hits, Pyromaniacs is better. If you are a VATS build, pinpointers is absolutely superior to everything else for the DPS. And polished, it's a really good effect. I'm using it on all the launchers. The thing with this one, it carry over to everything and straight up shows on the weapon stat, which has implication that you can carry over this effect to grenades, knives, or whatever you throw. It's a really good effect, and percentage-wise, it's already 60 versus Pyromaniac's 50, and Pyromaniac's need you to hit the target first before it kicks in. Polished is always active as long as the weapon is over-repaired. Therefore, yeah, polished is higher on the ranking based of the value alone and how you use it. Pinpointers is absolutely best, then polished, and then Pyromaniacs. But some case scenario, you just want the convenience of Pyromaniacs. You don't need to repair the weapon, over-repair it. You don't need to aim for the weak spot. You just have it, and as long as your weapon is fire-based, fire damage-based, it will work. So it's a very convenient one, and relatively easy to obtain, as there is a named legendary weapon that you can scrap to get Pyromaniacs. I think that's the flame off that drops from the snake. Therefore, yeah, the most convenient one for the fire weapons. Not the strongest. So we always need to take that into consideration. Are you looking for the highest ever DPS? Or are you looking for convenience? There is a lot of legendary effects for everyone. Some of them are useless, that's true, but a lot of good ones. Like Bethesda did rework a bunch of them, so there is very little of absolutely useless legendary effects. It still exists, less and less of them, which is a good thing. And there is a notification on Bethesda server that I just noticed. Let's go there. Announcement on Fallout 76. Fallout 76 news. Hello all, heads up that we will have an update next Tuesday, 21st October. This should display in your time zone, so that's usual time. This will require downtime, and we'll be sharing the patch notes when the update is ready. There's some kind of an update on Tuesday. Have a wonderful weekend, and don't forget, it's the last weekend for Mischief Night, but more spooky fun to come with Spooky Scourge and the Night at the Morgue mini-season. Oh, the mini-season, so maybe that's the patch to activate mini-season? But what else are they doing? They mentioned patch notes. I was expecting a post about public test server getting some update, but it's the live game getting update. It's Fallout 76 getting update on Tuesday. Whatever is coming, I don't know. But we are getting an update. Curious now. I'm curious. I wasn't expecting the patch. I'm guessing it's mainly to implement mini-season. Maybe they will include some additional hotfixes for the bugs. That's a chance. We're supposed to be getting Halloween Scourge, but that's next weekend if I'm not mistaken. Let me find the calendar. Where are the Halloween Scourged? What is today? 17th of October. Okay, got it. 17th of October. So let's find out. So that's the calendar. Mischief Night is ongoing right now. And then Spooky Scourge and Night at the Morgue mini-season, October 21st starting. So that's probably why the patch is required for the mini-season. Maybe some bug fixes. And that's Spooky Scourge as well. So not yet active, October 21st. Fallout Day, October 23rd. We'll see what Bethesda is cooking for the Fallout Day show. The Minerva Big Sale, Double Experience, October 23rd. And later on, Double Score, Legendary Sale, Double Mutations. So that's what's on the calendar. So from Tuesday. The stuff is changing from Tuesday. A lot is happening. Okay, now I'm looking at the chat. If I missed anything, now I'm looking at the chat. And about using AI for builds like ChatGPT or Grok, I would not go with it. I was trying AI for some calculations, and surprisingly, it's still making mistakes when you try to use it for gaming. I don't know how that's possible. Like, that should be a robot not making any mistakes ever. But I'm guessing it's too complicated for them still. Gaming, not so easy. And sometimes they just go blindly by descriptions that are not so accurate. Like, the AI do not play the game, so the AI will not help you too much. Someone is betting they will nerf Guardian early. I hope not. Hopefully they don't plan to do the raid changes early. Let's give us those last 2 months. I'm betting it's mainly for the mini season, the patch. Mischief Nights should be happening every hour on the hour. If it didn't happen for you, that's odd. That must be a bug. Yes, as Rascal is saying, only human can understand spaghetti code and do the builds for Fallout. AI cannot handle that. Jules, thank you a lot for 5 quid. Appreciate that, Jules. And Jules is sending a foxy with good job emoji. Thank you a lot, Jules. Yeah, the AI is a scary thing, though. That the acceleration and how fast AI is going. If you would ask me, even 5 years ago, my predictions about AI and how good it will be in 2025, I would never get it right. There is no way. There is no way. I remember the AI, the first, like the beginnings of the AI, the robo voice, not able to understand anything. Even if you typed your question, 90% of the time it was misinterpreted by AI. The answers were terrible. It was very clear that you are talking with a robot. There was no option for AI to even generate pictures, not talking movies. And yeah, and today, I think the latest movies, like video clips made by AI, I cannot no longer quickly tell if that's AI or real. And that's scary. Don't know if you have that too, but even 3 months ago, let's say, if there was AI video, I took a quick look on it. Yeah, that's AI. But today, I don't know that Sora or whatever it is called, the latest AI for movie generation. This is scary. Like, you really need to look close or slow it down to figure out if there are any inconsistencies. It's really good. You cannot tell. Where can you find high level T45 power armor? Anywhere that it can spawn in the world. The thing with the stuff that you are finding in the world, whoever appears in the area first determines what power armor will spawn. So if low level player enters area where T45 can spawn, it will spawn as low level. If you as level 50 plus spawn into the area first and you cause the power armor to spawn, it will be level 50. Yeah, I'm guessing there is AI we don't have access to. if you look how fast AI is progressing, the AI we currently do not have access to is the AI we'll have access to in 6 months, because that's how fast it's progressing. It's scary what's happening with the AI. I mean, not like I'm afraid that AI gonna eat us like in like in Terminator movie, but more about what are the implications when we hand over half of the management of everything in our world to AI. If that ever bugs out, if someone hacks it, imagine agriculture, for example. Why bother to take care of your fields and crops if AI can do it? AI can drive your tractor and combine and everything. And then imagine a glitch. We are coming up to harvest and there is AI glitch and everyone was using it. Or let's say half of the farms were using it. What then? You cannot just on the fly switch and get people do it. So that's what I'm afraid of. That can happen. One of the examples, but yeah, not really Terminator stuff, not really nukes dropping everywhere, which would be terrible and possible too, but that's not really what I'm afraid of. More like a simple glitch taking down our entire food supply. That's what's scary. And Kitty Bear is saying Skynet will go live in a couple of years. And will live in Fallout 1 after that. Yeah, unfortunately for most of us, like we always see ourselves like in Fallout, like real life Fallout scenario. We always see ourselves as the main character. I myself too, I'm guilty of that too. If I imagine like the world after apocalypse, somehow I'm there. But let's be honest. You know who we are? This skeleton in those mini shelters. As none of us can afford like Voltec type shelter. So we are those skeletons in those mini shelters that never worked. That's us. That's us after apocalypse. We are a background storytelling. Skeletons with some interesting notes or bottles next to us, something like that. So that's us. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, but that's us. Background storytelling. Oh, a Defiant Jack, if you are after pinpointers in particular, after December Guardian nerf, it will be actually easier, yes, to get pinpointers. Yeah, we'll be skeletons with game controllers or keyboard and mouse in our hand. I will be here with my setup, like streaming Fallout when suddenly real nukes drop, and then people will find me in this room much later, skeleton like that. That will be me. That's entire apocalypse done. And there will be no question what I was doing. Like burned pieces of the PC in front of me, of course, not working one, not the one that you can switch off. It will be completely burned, broken screen, and my skeleton in the chair that will be probably stripped to just whatever metal is inside it without anything else. And Don Visvik is saying, I would either die in the first nuke attack or be the first one eaten by cannibals. I don't want to be eaten by cannibals. But I don't want to eat cannibals either. I will be fighting for my life and not let them eat me. Gaming Stuka is saying I will be a skeleton with 2 toilet plungers in each hand. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. Are there any other news? And I'm off topic, but there is not too much to discuss. So let's see, follow.com. Let me quickly check. Was there anything new? No, there's nothing. The Mischief Knight is the last thing that appeared new, and we already know that. The test server for Burning Springs, Ohio, that testing is ongoing. I'm doing that too. Well, maybe even log in a little bit on the member hangout. I'm basically done with the dailies and weeklies. I mean, not this week, but with the progress on Season Pass on the main games, I don't need to do too much. Like I can do like once a week on the main game now, the grind, and I will be good for the mini season. I think we are just going to be goo piles. To be a goo pile, you first need to survive and get shot by a plasma cannon of some sort. Will not survive that far. Make sure to leave behind lootable items. Yes. Yeah, mini season coming on Tuesday. Yeah, lootable items very important. I don't know what you're gonna loot from me. Probably a bubblehead. That's gonna be a lootable item that you find on my desk. That's gonna be lootable item you find on my desk after Apocalypse with my skeleton and bubblehead to collect. I don't know if that will give you any kind of special bonus, but that's what you're gonna loot. Next to my skeleton on the desk, there will be sitting a bubblehead that's somehow gonna survive. It seems quite sturdy. Maybe it's gonna survive. I don't know if that's burn or not. I will not try to burn it. I like it too much to burn it. So that's what's gonna survive. The bubblehead. Yeah, I don't know what the bonus will be. I don't know what the bonus will be on this bubblehead. Something will be there for sure on the bubblehead bonuses. No, it will not be a debuff. my bubblehead will not be a debuff. +5 to facial hurt. Rascal is trolling me in the chat. All right. Any other questions? Let me know if there are any other questions or something that you are curious about next update. The December one, not the Tuesday one. The Tuesday one, I have no idea how it's coming outside of the mini season. But you got my views on the Apocalypse and AI for some reason in today's Turtlecast. Maybe that's not why you were here, but you got it nevertheless. You wanted it or not. You wanted it or not. How do we know there is a mini season coming? Because there is an announcement on Discord. There is an announcement on Discord, it's on the calendar, and there is maintenance for it on Tuesday. So that's how we know the mini season is coming. It's official. It's not speculation, it's official information. And mini season is always just 2 pages. So that will not be too much. All right, so if that's it, then we are heading for a member hangout. Can continue the AI conversation there if you are interested, members. And that being said, everyone else, see you tomorrow. We'll be grinding Fold 76 as usual. I will do my weekly challenges tomorrow. And yeah, see you there, everyone. Have a good weekend. And remember, survive Apocalypse. At least one of you need to. One of you, we don't know which one, but someone will be a main character. Everyone else, skeletons. Bye, everyone. See you.